There's always going to be a war.
That's the way it is today. I mean, I'm not sure why the wars come as they come, but they do.
And there's always going to be soldiers that are getting sent over there and that are coming back not right.
There are effects of war.
A lot of veterans are out there right now in the streets, and they're homeless. Veterans out there that are lonely, empty inside, they still struggle.
Returning home from Vietnam, I realized that the Vietnam War had not really ended. It was just the beginning of another war, the post-war. Just the coming home process, which was very traumatic, in addition to the type of fighting in Vietnam.
In Vietnam, I saw and did the most violent, cruel things. And you come home and then you're told, stop. No more.
They taught me how to survive and keep alive when I was overseas, but they didn't ever teach me what to do when I came back. I would really like to just start my new life.
One of the main reasons, one of the main traumas of vets in the coming home process, that whole quiet, that cold chill of not anyone asking, you know, being afraid to or not wanting to for whatever reason.
They need a foundation because they don't have anywhere else to turn.
I need you to just stay with me. I hear you. I know you're upset. I know you don't want to be redeployed. I just need some time to work with you.
Shad MeShad is the person who is probably more responsible than anybody else for the creation of the Vietnam Veteran Centers around the country. He's a very, very important American. He has earned his degree his master's degree in psychiatric social work from Florida State University, and he's received all kinds of awards. He's been on 60 Minutes, he's been on 2020, he's been on all the networks. He is probably among the 4 or 5 best known veterans of the Vietnam War. Now, we'd have him here for all those reasons, but we also have him here because he has one heck of a story to tell about his life, and I know you're going to welcome him warmly. Shad MeShad.
Well, I'm Shad MeShad. I served with the Medical Service Corps in 1969 in Vietnam. I'm the president and founder of the National Veterans Foundation. The foundation was set up at the end of November of 1985 on paper. It became known as the Vietnam Veterans Aid Foundation.
A lot of veterans are out there right now in the streets, and they're homeless. Veterans out there that are lonely, empty inside, they still struggle. This is a war going on inside of each and every one of us.
Here at the NVF, we run a crisis hotline.
We're the only toll-free hotline of its type in the country, and we're an information referral service for veterans and their family. We don't only help veterans, we help anybody that calls us, really.
I take phone calls, handle problems that veterans are experiencing.
From a denial of a claim, or they may seek information regarding to a telephone number to seek help for alcoholism or drug addiction.
We're here today really to just talk about this current war and yourselves. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Sean, tell us about the young man that decides to go to the Marine Corps. Where are we going back to?
September 11th happened, and when those towers fell, you know, all of our security was now in question, and how that fear manifested itself with me was rage.
And I know it's hard to let go of that rage. It's very controlling, and every one of us have felt it in one way or another.
My best friend was killed right in front of me. I mean, I was still so pissed off about that. I can't get that out of my head, and I mean, the rage is still there.
It was driving me crazy. My first 3.5 years back, it was killing me physically. And I was a therapist on the streets here in LA.
There's something comforting about the rage.
It was comforting. Oh, I don't want
to let go of the rage.
I know.
To be honest with you, I don't want to let go of it. Because it makes me feel warm and it makes me feel like I got a purpose.
Behind those eyes, I've seen a lot. That's like having that M50 that feels great. It's excitement, but it's it's false.
And I don't dispute what I did in Iraq. I killed people in Iraq. I'm not going to dispute that. If you go to war, that your people die when you go to war. I mean, that's just the job.
You should see the bodies coming home in the flag draped coffins. You should see the wounded people in this war. They might be showing it around the clock, but they're showing the Clorox bleach version of it.
For the media to turn around and portray that as something other than what it is, and what it is an extraordinary sacrifice.
All those guys are going to be out eventually, and then what? They're not troops anymore, they're not soldiers anymore, so who's supporting them? Nobody is. All that stuff disappears as soon as you get out.
I would say, like, it's what I perceive to be a complete and total disconnect between those of us who have served in a combat zone versus everyone else, basically.
I'm up to 38 people that I know, you know, we're friends with that have since passed away.
It's as real as life can be. I mean, I really do believe that. I mean, death is about, I mean, being around all that death and that destruction, responsible for it even, is about as real as life can be. And that's the thing I struggle with.
His job is to make sure he comes home alive and tells the story. His job is to come home and take care of his family.
In Najaf, I got hit by shrapnel. I had a stroke from the concussion, and I came back home.
As much as I think that our families and our friends and spouses, whatever, know that we've been through something and that it's inevitably it's got to have changed us because of the intensity of the experience, they still expect you to still kind of be like, you know, the same guy.
When I came home, I couldn't even talk to someone over the phone. Didn't smile, felt a feeling in my face and a feeling in my gut, you know, that feeling that you get right here.
Didn't really know what to do, what to say. There's a lot of things going on, you know, inside my head. I had a lot of emotion, and I'm trying not to be too overloaded with.
My concern, obviously, is the emotions and how that affects your life, and you've got a long life in front of you. Going off as young men and getting that uniform and discipline and fighting for what we think is righteousness, and we come back and we feel violated because we haven't had righteousness done to us, of all people. It's the biggest contradiction. It creates more nightmares down the road as you get older than actually what happened in combat. We also know physically that rage destroys the body. The thing that I'm here forever for you guys is the fact that emotionally we got to cross over. And first thing that I will do and spend the rest of my professional life is to get rid of the rage out of you. Well, somehow you've got to make peace inside. What I see is you're still fighting the world in the way it is. And we can change it, but it won't change with you living in rage, because it will crush you in the future. It will eventually alienate you from everybody. You won't be able to be around anybody.
This was a place that was safe, and it was somewhere I could reach out to, and that I could, you know.
This place is here for you. Yeah. We've been here. I've been around for 35, but the foundation's been here 20, and this is your house.